Hello everyone, welcome to all. In the previous session, we have discussed about mechatronic systems and its elements. And then what kind of elements we have? Sensors, transducer, control units, at the same time display output units. And the next, levels of mechatronic systems, whether it is basic level, whether advanced level, whether it is optimistic level or artificial intelligence level. So what are the mechatronics design process? And the next, so in in earlier days we have used it to conventional design process, and then later we have upgraded to mechatronics design process. How do we upgrade ourselves? And the next, system measurement systems and control systems, as well as the microprocessor based controllers. How does the system operates? So entire system is subdivided into two categories. First was the measurement systems and control systems. In measurement system, there is no need to controlling operation. There is just for transferring the one form to another form. Only that's enough. There is no control. There is no ability to control. In case of control system, there is a they took their own decisions in order to control the process. Okay, in microprocessor like this also. And the next, advantages and disadvantages of mechatronic system. We have discussed in the previous session. In this session, we are going to discuss about examples of measurement system. What are the examples in day-to-day life, and then let's examples of control systems. Okay, whether it is a open loop control system or closed loop control system, and microprocessor based controllers. What is meant by as you know that measurement system has three elements basically. First one is sensor or transducer. Sensor is nothing but the which senses the object and produce a signal relating to the quantity being measured. Okay, what is the difference between sensors and transducers? There is a little bit of difference. If in case of sensor there is no change in parameter. Okay, if in case of transducer there is a change in parameter, there is a change in output. Okay, if in case of sensor, if you observe the 100 degrees centigrade, the output is also 100 degrees centigrade. If in case of transducer, if in case of input is 101 degrees centigrade, the output is only represents 100 degrees centigrade. So and then next, up to 10.9 degrees in, if in case of 10 point, the input is 10.9 degrees centigrade, so the output which represents only 10 degrees centigrade. After the reaching the input as 10.10 degrees centigrade, and then the output is represents as a 10.10 degrees. The sensitivity is up to 0.10, up to 0.10. It has a sensitivity of 0.10. Okay, we will discuss later in the coming session about regarding sensors and transducers in detail. And then next, signal conditioner, as well as the, as we know, signal conditioning is nothing but the microprocessor or microcontrollers. What are the device which controls the programs or which process the runs the program is called it as a signal conditioner. Okay, and then next, display readout devices. In addition to the above, electrical power is also required. As you know that all these are electronic systems, so we need to provide electrical power across the circuit. And then next, this is the configuration of measurement systems. As we know, sensors, signal conditioner, at the same time display devices or readout devices. So power supply has been given to these two devices, sensors, at the same time signal conditioner. So sensor which senses the physical parameter and sends to the signals to the signal conditioner in the form of signals. Then the process going on here, signal conditioner, and then whether in signal conditioning, whether it may be digital to there is a conversion of digital to analog or analog to digital, and then later it gives some commands to the display devices or readout devices. Okay, so in order to understand what is going on, and then in the next concept is speedometer and thermocouple. If in case of speedometer, the input is cable rotation. In the vehicles, we may observe that in driving panel, beyond the steering, we have seen a speedometer here, which represents how much the vehicle moves on with. If in case of what is the input, cable rotation, which is placed nearby the wheel, which sends to the signals and which produces the signals to the speedometer, and then speedometer gives the output. So in the form of digital format. So signal conditioner, we can see in speedometer, it consists of signal conditional. Signal conditioner is nothing but the conversion, a digital to analog conversions. So or analog to digital conversion, whatever it may be. And if in case of if you consider the thermocouple, what are the input is heat, the output is temperature. So in thermocouple there are two corresponding poles here. So have a look at this diagram. Thermocouple. This is the thermocouple. Whenever the heat is given to the system as the input, then output is some poles. As this, the distance between these two poles is deviated correspondingly the heat. Okay, heat input. Okay, how much the deviation is corresponding measured, and then produces signals to the and sends the signals to the signal processor, and then there is a conversion, and then output has given. If in case of transducer, so as we know that in case of sensor there is no change in form. If in case of transducer there is a change in form. One form, the input is one form and the output is another form. Okay. If in case of thermocouple, as you know that if you consider electrical sector, in thermocouple, if you use thermocouple, the heat is input and output is EMF, electromagnetic force, as well as the pressure gauge. The input is pressure, and at the same time the output is displacement. If in this under the category of mechanical form. So what in case of digital thermometer principle, as we discussed now, the heat is given to the system as an input, then the thermocouple output is some deviation in between these two poles. So the corresponding deviation should be measured, and then gives signals to the amplifier, and then amplifier is nothing but the signals. It increases the frequency of signals or decreasing the frequency of signals, as well as the and sends to the converter. Converter is nothing but the AD converter. AD converter is analog to digital converter, and then next, followed by the display system, LED display system. We can obtain how much the heat is. We can see how much of heat flux, how much of heat is given to the system as input. We can see here. And then next, open loop control systems. And open loop control system, in open loop control system there is no feedback control devices. Okay, if in case of while we considering the closed loop control system, definitely there will be a feedback control system. If in case of open loop control system, there is no feedback okay option. So here, while we applying the, so if you consider the fan, an electrical fan, while we applying the voltage, while we applying the power input to the electrical fan through the medium of regulator, the regulator which acts as a signal conditioner. So signal conditioning, at the same time some microcontrollers, it acts as a microcontrollers which regulates the frequency, and then as per the frequency of the voltage, the mechanical device is going to be operated, going to be rotation. Okay. And then next, on off of an electrical lamp. Electrical lamps are used for the lighting. The lamps on off control is carried out with the help of switch. As we know, the on off switch control is carried out by the corresponding switch, generally operated by the operation depending on the amount of light that exists in that area. So if the switch is on, the lamp is glow. If the person operating switch does not put off the switch, the lamp remains on until he switched off. So it is called as a open loop control system. If in case of control the temperature of room with room heater, amount of heat generated by the room heater depends on the amount of input power controlled by the regulator. If the power switch is on, The power supply to the heater continues. The temperature of the room goes on increasing immaterial of the whether the heat is required in the room or not. The person is go and off the power supply switch, then thereby cooling the temperature of the room by decreasing. So it's correspond, as you know, understand that it's completely we don't know whether the temperature within the room has reached a certain point or not. We don't know how much heat is, how much, as we know that how much cooling system has been provided to this room or not. In case of closed loop control system, there is a feedback, as we discussed. There is a feedback control measuring devices, so which connects the or which provides a platform to output in between the output and input. So control unit, there is a similar to the open loop control system, and in addition to the open loop control system, we just provide additional, we just add some feedback devices, okay, in which control units, they followed by correction unit, and then followed by process unit. There is a, and then output. So in order to maintain a relationship between input and output, we just add the some feedback devices, okay. Suppose, what are the examples of closed loop control systems? Hand reaching an object. Suppose I would like to touch, suppose I would like to touch, I would like to perform some operation. I would like to reach my hand to the certain upon certain body. So when a brain is at the particular situation, the brain acts as a control unit, and then hand is acts as a process units. So in order to process the operation, and then later eyes, what is the feedback devices, when we can realize the whether our hand is reached the object or not, we can realize through the our eyes only. So eyes, in this situation, eyes acts as a feedback devices, okay. And then next, speed control of an automobile. So while driving a vehicle, how do we control the speed? So the brain is acts as a, in this so in the brain which acts as a control units. So whether which controls the how do, whether should I accelerate the vehicle, should I deaccelerate the vehicle. So it mainly controls the brain, controls by brain. So if in case of hand is only process, hands and legs are the, so with the help of hands we can control the direction of vehicle through the steering devices, and then with the legs of, with the help of legs we can control the speed of the, through the accelerometers, acceleration or the brakes. The output is the speedometer, okay. Output we can obtain the we can show, we can see the speedometer. As per the speedometer, the feedback devices acts as the acts as the feedback devices in the system, and then it controls the input. And then next, water level control of overhead tanks, in which also a float is placed over the surface of the fluids, and then a float is controlled, it connects the motor, is some sensor is there, two sensors are there, actually one sensor here. Whenever the float it reaches at a certain point and touches the sensor will sense the parameter and then produce a signal form, and then controls and produces and sends to the control units, and the control is nothing but the motor. Motor is controls the pump as well as the pump is going to be shut down. If in case of float, up to the float doesn't touch the sensor, the until unless touches the sensor, the up to now the motor is goes on in running stage only, as well as room temperature control. In case of human being, and then switch to the room heater and followed by the power supply to room heater. So how does we feedback the devices? Observed by the feelings. So by observation, by getting feelings, we can switch off whether it is decisions took by human being, whether it is switch on, whether it should be a switch on, whether it should be a switch off. And the next block diagram of a microprocessor based control system. Microprocessor based control system. So in this one, DAS is nothing but the digital to analog system conversion systems. Okay, pressure sensors, temperature sensors, flow meters. These are the sensors or transducers. These are the inputs to the digital to analog conversion system. And then after produces signals to the signals and then reaches to the microprocessor. In this microprocessor, we are through the keyboard we are going to give a program, and then output has been goes on like this one, like to output is relays in the form of relays or DAC, digital to analog controllers, or solenoid valves, whatever it may be. So these are the DAS system, digital to analog control system. Load cells, liquid level sensors, pH meters. So in the overall concept, microprocessor plays a vital role in this control system. And then next, make one more example for the microprocessor control systems, basic control systems. In the left side, we may see in that switch to activate system, operate the press buttons to take photographs or battery test or interface circuitry. Range sensor, RS is nothing but the range sensor, is the light sensor, encoders to gives lens position. So it's a completely camera. Automatic camera. It completely describes about the automatic camera, in which what are the parameters given to the camera. So these are the switch to activate system. First to switch on the system, and then next operate the press button to take photographs. Okay, and a battery test, as we know, the battery indicates whether it is a full condition or low condition, and then interface circuitry. So, and the next interface is nothing but the display. How where we touch, where we operate the camera, and the range sensor, as we know that a light sensor, while a flashlight like this one, encoder 2 gives lens position. Lens position is when it is automatic camera is itself only which adjusts the lens, its lens position. And the next output is motor drive. Motor drive is nothing but the there is a servo motors inside the camera in camera, which in order to adjust themselves as a lens position. And the next solenoid valve actuated to open shutter. Okay, solenoid valve is it converts the digital signals to the mechanical signals, mechanical devices. And the next lens position drive, stepped motors, as you know that. And the next operator control drive, stepped motors, followed by stepped motor, and the display data in the viewfinders. What you have taken in the picture is display. It comes into display. This is the how does the automatic camera works. And the next, washing machine, microcontroller. So automatic washing machine, there is a microcontroller is here. After the followed by pump, valves, motor, washing machine, where the cloth should be loaded, and the next water level, drum speed. So in this diagram, The inputs to the microcontrollers are water level. At the same time, valves and the rotation of the drum is controlled by the microcontroller, and then what are the output is pump, whether it is be pump is switched to on or off, or valve, actuator, motor is nothing but the mechanical device which converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Block diagram of engine management system using microprocessor. So what are the inputs here? Engine speed, and as well as the crankshaft position, as well as the spark timing feedback, and engine temperature, throttle position. Throttle position is nothing but the throttling is going to be performed in the carburetor in order to reduce, in order to regulate the airflow mixture, and the next quantity of airflow. So all these parameters are controlled, all sends the signals to the microprocessor, microcontroller, input output devices, and then later the output is spark timing. How, at which time the spark will be operated, it will, so the spark will be fired at which time. So how it is cyclics, cam cyclics, and the solenoid air fuel mixture, and the same time output is fuel injection and exhaust valves. Engine management system. So if in case of engine management system used for managing the ignition and air-fuel requirements of the IC engine, as well as the, in case of four-stroke multi-cylinder petrol engine, each cylinder has a piston performing all the four-stroke engine, and the piston rod of each, whether it be section, whether it is be compression or working or expansion or exhaust strokes. And the next, piston connected to common crankshaft, and the power stroke had different times. These are the procedures. How does automatic engine management system uses the microprocessor? Okay, that's it. In the next class, we're going to discuss about the sensors.